Welcome back to my channel, everyone. This is going to be a quick update again. I didn't do a step-by-step for what I've been going through, kind of like I have been doing last season specifically. Just haven't had the time. So this is just the front yard here. I'm going to go over kind of everything. This is the rabbit poo coffee ground wood chip bed that I made with free soil from coffee grounds, rabbit poo, and wood chips. The tomato, I just pruned off a ton of branches just now. That didn't look all that great. This don't look all that good at all. So I don't know if the roots are doing well with this soil. These melons and these melons, I planted at the same time. But as you can see, the size of these and then the size of these, and these are way smaller. So I don't know what's going on down there in the soil layer. My boot jalokia is looking okay, nice and bushy. My super sugar snap peas are not looking good either. This is a new bed, so I'm not really worried at all, really. I'm just, if anything, it'll be a really good fall bed for sure. So maybe some lettuce or something. My overwinter peppers that I didn't take out, I just left in the ground. We had quite a few frost nights. One specific event was 3 nights in a row of frost, and they dropped all leaves, and you can still see a lot of the bad winter leaves on here. But then a lot of the newer growth is looking good. So heavy flowering, and it's not going to be hot yet for like another month. So I'm going to have tons of fruit in this bed. That's my Fatality Gourmet Jigsaw, and I don't know what this is. It grows some kind of like burgundy color peppers. CGN 21500, and this is all one Snapdragon flower from last year that didn't die. I kept topping it and topping it. I have a eggplant that also didn't die, and then see, the Snapdragon's going to be flowering more here on these tips. But this is a Sugar Rush Peach along with that one there in the back too, and then this one in the pot, you can't even really see the pot, but there's a pot down there, is a red habanero. And then I have my bonsai in training. This is the 3rd year. So you can see, I'm going to have to file all this down. Once I'm ready to put it in the pot, I'm going to file all that down and cut some of the stuff off. But just wanted to see what's going to be growing and what's going to be strong on it first. It almost died, really, but it's alive. And then 2 more tomatoes. So you can see some of the newer fruits on Sugar Rush Peach. This bed, I said it wasn't going to be ready, and I tried to plant it in anyways. The Super Sugar Snap peas are doing horrible. I planted some melon, it's also doing bad. Some borage is doing bad as well. And then the peppers that I planted are doing good. I got a Jimmy Nardello. I got a PDN crossed with Reaper. And then these are 2 Alyssum Oxide Scotch bonnets. And there's also some sunflowers in the back row. A few sunflowers. There's some trash in there that blew in. It's really windy today. So it's pushing all my corn over. I'll show you that now in the backyard. Give me a sec. I'll show you before I do that. Let me just take you to the front. I got one of the other Urfa Bieber's here. Naranjia is dead. Neglected. So the sunflowers look good. I'm going to have a cluster of them. And these are all propagated from seed that dropped last year because I didn't plant these. And then a pepper. I don't know what kind. Another pepper there. Some melon I planted. And these look a little bit better. And then salvia, which is a perennial. This gives you an idea of how large the flower clusters are. So I got a few of these in the yard. And then I can't remember what that is. I think it's like an Urfa Bieber or something. Then I have some borage from seed. I don't know what this is. Another pepper, some mushrooms. In the back row, this is corn. And the back row is going to be all corn and sunflowers, and then the front is like all borage and peppers. This is flowering as well. There's more peppers. I don't know what this is. A cherimoya, one of my favorite fruits in the world of all. I think got some more borage and some more peppers and stuff. So my shade bed, which is mostly shaded. Mint in the back. I can't remember what that flower was, but it's a non-fragrant kind that doesn't attract beneficials. This tree always looked bad, but it's actually looking... when I first mulched, it took a dive. But now after the mulch, look at it. If you compare this to videos from like 2 years ago or a year ago, this is ridiculous. Because we've been here for 4.5 years, and since I mulched, this is the most growth I've ever seen on this thing. And the only thing I did was mulch it with free compost from the city. They give it away free once a year in March. Planted some more flowers from seed. Here, they're kind of yellowing. They don't look too good. But it's in pure, this is literally like this deep of pure compost. So the roots on these are same thing with this grapefruit. Pure compost. And this is a cacti. This cacti here. I propagated this one from there because I saw some roots sticking out of the stem, and so I just thought to drop it in. And then, as you can see, the man is propagating from rhizomes. I believe how you pronounce it, rhizomes. So it's this thing. It somehow dug its way across and up. And then we have volunteer palm. I'm probably gonna pull that because there's really no room widthwise for its leaves to spread if it grows any bigger than this. So. Great, so to the backyard. All right, so this is all my leftovers that I didn't have room to plant in the ground. So we got my Chulahacle Negro here, and a Costa Rica chili here. The names don't really matter, really. So I just have just peppers. This is an overwinter here. All the peppers I chose by name. So these are all desert flowering trees that are from last year that survived. The olive tree, and then some blue. 1, 2. That black one right there. 3 blue Palo Verdes. Some palms, pomegranates, and some more peppers. Chocolate Butla SM here. That's a Butla BBG7 chocolate, and that one with the flowers on it is a Scotch Bonnet Brain strain. Same thing here, just more peppers. Then I have still the 3 of these, which are Barbados cherries, and then just peppers I'm planting in the wood chips. This is my, I thought it was variegated. I thought the name of it was. You can see the trunk, it looks all weird. I was going to turn this into a bonsai as well, but I don't know, because it's kind of skinny there and big here, so it don't look right for a bonsai. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might just kill it off. But that's a CP115. Some other pepper, I don't remember. My corn and Job's Tears, which are both grasses. And then my mulch layer, which is my squash, specifically chosen for hot, dry climates. And then the Three Sisters technique with the corn and squash, and the third is the pole beans that are going to be climbing the corn. So more peppers, peppers, Job's Tears. Got one more non-rakia berry, chocolate Butla SM. I got a couple of these that were the biggest ones from all my seedlings because I had like 20 of them. So I picked the 3 biggest, 4 or 5 biggest ones. And here's my cross, baby bird's eye with BTR Reaper Scorpion. Some more overwintered stuff. So another salvia and some eggplants. Planted some garlic here. Another Barbados cherry with some snapdragons in it. It's doing well. My baby bird's eye is doing good. This is actually a ahi cherapita. I just pruned it down to that today. I think it's gonna live, so I'm gonna keep it. And I don't know what this one is here, but it was one of the biggest ones, so I put it in a 10 gallon. I forget about it all the time because it's back there, so sometimes it goes without water. This is a Kangstar White Thai, and I'm trying to bring in beneficials and stuff with a lot of flowers. So you'll see that here a lot. Urfa Bieber flowering, so everything is really flowering. I have hibiscus here. So I have a few hibiscus planted around with just more sunflowers, back row of sunflowers again, and then a front row of snapdragons, and then before that I have actually another hibiscus, and then these are looking like they're struggling from phosphorus deficiency or something, but and then see these leaves are white. This is borage, I believe, by the leaf, the way the leaves look. But it looks really bad. What looks good though is the cilantro in this bed. So, and actually this one doesn't look bad. So my last video I said I'm probably not gonna make the top of the soil out of hay and horse poop again because it's not really working well. But there's pockets that are doing really good. And then here's a pepper I planted and it's grown exponentially since I put it in here. And then I just barely planted this today, as you can see from the soil disruption. I have Reaper crossed with BLC and a Reaper PDN cross again here. They've grown since they've been here, this one more so. A couple Jimmy Nardellos on the ends, and lemon balm. Another Reaper PDN cross, and another no name pepper. And then so I put rabbit poo under all of the citrus trees to fertilize them for free because I have a next door neighbor that has extra poo. And in it I planted some more squash. So rosemary's doing good. Lemon balm here is doing even better with the added shade. So I'm taking note of that. I have some more tropical berries here that are going to be turning any week now. As you can see, it's loaded, but the leaves look like crap because I think bugs are sucking the juices out of it, but it's still doing okay. My Pasilla Bacchio chili plant has chilies on it. It's an overwinter as well. And then my aji panca, from when I moved it here, it still looks like crap. It looks really bad. I planted a rose bush, and since I planted it, it had a little rose on it. So again, the flower theme, they're bringing beneficials with snapdragons, roses, any kind of flower I can get. Milkweed, where is it? Right there. More Job's Tears, anything that looks like grass here is Job's Tears. And then here is another hibiscus with flowers on it. More peppers, and then Asiatic lilies. Sunflowers in the back. Asiatic lilies in the pot. More salvia there. Sunflowers there. And then under here is more rabbit poo again. With some cinnamon basil. I got a Leviathan gnarly scorpion, and I planted some other stuff in here. I can't remember what. Some more peppers. That's my cross there again, and then this blew over just today. This is all. This is really the only real surviving that I tried from seed. Okra that I hear is delicious, fresh, raw from the garden, not cooked and slimy. And then that is a Genghis Khan's brain. Let's see if you're flowering yet. Yep, it is. Oh, flower buds. Let's see if it'll focus. So that'll be peppers for the early summer. And then I think this is a BLC, the Andes BLC, and then a couple sweet apple canby peppers from Refining Fire Chilies. More rabbit poo. I put a Jimmy Nardello in it today. And because the thing is that in the afternoon, this is going to get full sun in the summer. So I'm trying to plant them to the back, if anything, not to the front. Here to the west, I'm trying to plant to the east. On that, here are some. I see the big one there. It's blew over, the biggest one of all, obviously. I got some squash that's looking good. My potatoes, white potatoes, are flowering. This one never came up. So still again the Three Sisters technique. I hear garlic flowers and onion flowers are really good for beneficials, so I'm just letting them flower. Again, part of the Three Sisters next to the corn that blew over. So there's 1, 2 pole beans. I also picked those for high heat areas. I got melon. It's going to provide a mulch layer, but as you know, melon it trellises up because of the little tendrils don't know if you can see them on there, but there's little tendrils curling around. Might have been a bad idea because they'll just pull the whole thing down. More peppers. I planted in this a whole bunch of wildflowers, but they're not. Excuse my shadow. They're not really growing, and so I came back behind it like yesterday or the day before, and I planted a whole bunch of sunflowers. The same one in the front yard. If you look at my 2018 season, the one with the multiple heads. This will be the third F3 for my yard from those seeds. More of the tropical berries. There's 2 of them there again. More borage here and here, and then just more peppers. So Pasilla Bacchio, and I don't know what those 2 are. I handpicked them, so I'll show you my contest plant. It doesn't look all that great. It looks really horrible. It looks really, really bad. It's this. But if you look at the new growth, my lemon starburst, it is greening up. So, but I have such a long season. I did production till December, so maybe it could come back. Since I planted this here, the it's like a vining, like a spinach with really waxy, thick, more succulent leaves, really, really thick and hard. Since I planted it in here, this whole thing grew. It didn't do this until I put it in the ground. So just to let you guys know, I can't remember the name of it, but you know what? Let me just try one of the leaves. Just give me a sec. Let me try one. It's kind of acidic, almost kind of like lemony. Very strange, like a not really bitter. Very very juicy and earthy tasting. Earthy and citrusy. It's kind of weird, kind of a weird taste. Sweet apple candy looking horrible. I got my 2 chocolate jigsaws from Finland, direct from the company. I can't remember the guy's name, but I got him direct from this company. This is another, I believe this is an alyssum oxide Scotch bonnet, and then I have an Eartha Biba there. All right, here's some more garlic and onions, tomato in the back, more peppers that look like they need some watering. Another lemon starburst is looking horrible, and a submarine habanero looking horrible. This is something I started from seed and herb, looking bad. BLC Reaper coming back, so I'm going to plant that out. And then my only surviving death spiral. And it's still this small. I planted this thing like months ago. Look at it. It's not doing anything. And then these are all seed pods. And they're still green. They're not dry. From my collards. Look at how prolific the seeding is on this thing. It's ridiculous. This is also F3 from my yard here in Arizona. So if any of you guys are in Arizona and you want to grow collards that'll do well here, come to my place. I got F3, Arizona grown. You don't get that often, stuff grown F3 in Arizona, specifically Phoenix area. More tomatoes. These 2 don't look too good. More garlic back there. Onions in the back, garlic in the front. I did hit these up with some general hydroponics because they were getting really white on the leaves, like really bad, but they're not bulbing, so I don't know why, other than nutrient deficiency, so I hit them up. These are 3 eggplants from last year that overwintered in the yard. More onions and garlic, some eggplant, or not eggplant, some snapdragon, and this is peach wasp. Peach wasp, another one of the spinach, and then Jimmy Nardello in the back. And there's one of my first tomatoes of the year. And then behind those are 2 moringa trees. More salvia, another sweet apple candy, and then my last living baby bird's eye chili. 2 more overwintered eggplants, and then my best. This is a ahi cherapita, and a couple more Asiatic lilies, some onions and garlic and stuff. Purple opal basil that's survived, and then also a broccoli that's going to seed. I'm saving seed from this. This is F3, so this is seed. The seed will be F3. So that's really it for the video. Let me pause it and maybe I'll hit up a few select parts of the garden. All right, so parts I missed, just more of the same. More Three Sisters, Snapdragon in the back, sunflowers behind those. You can see coming up. Sunflower there as well. Here, some pushed over tomatoes that aren't looking good. These I hit up the General Hydroponics about 3 or 4 days ago because of this. Oh, it's not focusing. See if I can get a better. There we go. So because of this, and I'm thinking it's the soil, not really the nutrients. Nothing I can do about it. This pepper here has some green new growth. I'm thinking it's gonna bounce back. These are all kind of not doing good. Again, this is brand new. There's another pepper there. This is all of this is all brand new. Actually, everything here is all brand new, really, to be honest. This is not going to get any shade in the summer. I did plant the corn like mid-February, so hopefully it's harvested by then. But those pole beans are what I'm worried about. The potatoes are going to be coming out within a month from now, so before it gets too hot. So there's that. I'm just worried about shade here in the midsummer. One more thing in the front yard, the very front, I showed you the salvia, the perennial with the purple flowers. Right there, I planted a whole bunch of peanuts, and everywhere else around here, in different places, peanuts. So in a few videos from now, you'll be seeing peanut updates, because you can grow peanuts in Arizona. And also, whenever you see flowers on your potatoes, you can harvest within about a month. You want to harvest about a month after the flowers open. So about a month from today. You can harvest right now, but they'll get the baby potatoes, and then if I wait another month, I'll get larger potatoes. So there's that. One more thing for the citrus. Since when I first mulched this with wood chips, they took a hit. All of them took a hit. And then the tree fell, and they took a bigger hit. That one lost his shade. The lemon, he's gone. And then when the tree came down, as you see my last season, it took down a whole bunch of branches, like off of this. You can see. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Just ripped them right off when it came down. It took the old trampoline down completely. We got a new trampoline. But as far as the wood chips are concerned, I'm gonna have to water a lot less in the summer, and the roots will be a lot cooler because the sun's gonna beat down on the mulch layer, leaving the soil layer cooler during the summer. So once these roots get fully established, they're gonna be a little bit more robust as far as the summer is concerned. This pot that I have the snapdragons in, I might have put too many of them in there. I just watered it today and they still look really bad. They're really dry. So I might have to take them all out of this pot sometime soon before summer and put them in the ground. So there's that as well. All the flowers on this thing, when it was flowering, had these little bugs on them. And I don't know if those are thrips or what, but I'm thinking they're going to cause a lot of fruit drop, just because I got to focus more on citrus here this season. I'll let you guys know maybe later on what they were. Again, I think it was thrips, but I'm not necessarily sure. This is my largest Reaper PDN cross, so this is the one. If the peppers come out nice, is the one I'm going to be saving seed for, a specific plant. Along with those larger chocolate blue SMs. Of the 20 that I grew, those 3, be saving seed for those as well. Let's see, it's 4 o'clock and this wall is basically pretty shaded. There were 3 oleanders that would keep this wall cool by shading it in the summer for afternoon shade, but I hated them, and I think I prayed against them, and they all died. So I don't know. I don't know what's worse, like shade in the winter or heat in the summer. I don't know which one's worse, but they're gone now. So the big factor of contention down in the root zone is this tree sucking it dry. Those roots are all in this because there's so much nutrient and water in there. I'm noticing that these corn get way drier than the corn on the other side of the backyard. In comparison, I gotta water these a lot more. So take in consideration if you have a tree that you're gonna put a bed right next to, that's not a nitrogen fixing tree. That's like specifically like a eucalyptus tree. It'll rob the soil. So keep that in mind as well. My air layer tree is still doing good as well. So and I guess the last thing is this shade cloth structure. I'm gonna probably put the shade cloth up about a month from now. For the next week, we're gonna be in the 70s and then the 50s at night. We did have 2 days in a row, yesterday and the day before, like 95, 97. Yesterday was 97, so I watered a lot yesterday, but I didn't need shade. Everything's still alive. Just know that soon you're gonna see an update. It's gonna be shaded probably until October. Again, we're in Arizona. Oh, and one more purple opal basil that's still alive, and a little garlic. I just seen this divot, threw some soil in and planted them down months and months ago. So once I'm satisfied with the maturity of these seeds, I'm going to take both these out, and that's going to give me about 3-4 foot wide space that I'm going to be able to put some of those extra plants there, some of these extra plants here in, because obviously you're going to be in the shade cloth, and this is my oldest bed, so the soil's the most set up of all. I'm here to teach, you know, I'm here to learn as well, more than anything. And yeah, so if you guys have anything bounce off of me, let me know. Otherwise, let's grow the channel. Let all your friends and family know. Come on the channel, you know, you can learn a lot. You might learn some mistakes, but I'll let you know the mistakes as well. If you see anything that's growing and then like an episode later you don't see it, 2 episodes later, 3 episodes later specifically, you don't see it, just know it didn't survive, you know. It didn't survive. So not everything I do is a success, but I'm trying these days to grow things with free soil, because food should be free. Every animal on the planet gets free food but humans. Every animal on the planet gives back to the ecosystem, and humans don't. We're the only ones that don't. Even to the grave, we lock ourselves in tombs and we still don't give back when we die. And I'm trying to make a change, at least in my life and my family's life, for that. So my channel is going to be focused on that. I might use some chemical fertilizers here and there. I might buy soil here and there. I might even buy plants from the plant store here and there. But overall, my end goal is to rely on God, rely on water, rely on sun, and a little bit less on government and man, because that's what's robbing the planet in the first place, to be honest, if you really think about it. So that's what my channel is about. Subscribe, hit the bell button so that you get updates when I send my videos out, and tell your friends and family about it. Just something that they can watch. You might be able to pick up a few things here and there. And overall, you'll get to see what I'm doing here in Arizona. And we're in zone 9B, so it doesn't get too cold, but in the summers it gets up to about 118 degrees with no shade, no wind, and very, very low humidity, like 15% humidity, 12%. It gets really low in the summers, and that's what I'm growing in. That's what makes things so tough here. Okay? Thanks for watching.